Hey everybody, it's Gina here from Gina Makes It. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today's video, I am showing you some ephemera I made. If you watched my video yesterday, you knew that I was going to try and film a video of me making this ephemera, but it just didn't work out this way. My daughter and I were watching a movie and I decided to start making it then without recording it, and so I just thought that I would just show you what I made instead. And I also want to show you a little bit of an addition that I added to this closure, because as I was adding the ephemera in, I realized that my journal was growing, and so I needed to add a little bit more length to the the little crinkled seam binding here in order to accommodate the growing width of it. And I also wanted to add a little bit more texture on the back by layering those two seam bindings, but I'll get to that in a second. So I just kind of wanted to go through and show you the type of ephemera that I created using all the ephemera in that collection. So I did a lot of inking, and I also added a lot of die cuts from my collection. So just running through my little Sizzix machine, I pulled out the various die cuts, and that's something that you can do to add a little bit of texture and a little bit of interest to your ephemera. I find that when I create ephemera before I start working in a journal, it's great because then I have this whole collection of ephemera that I can pull and use as I'm building journal pages with pictures and journaling and all that sort of good stuff. So I'm actually going to show you, I used different ink pads yesterday when I was making these. My mom gave me two different colors of distress inks. I guess she had doubles of these. So one is saltwater taffy and one was festive berries, and they actually worked so well with this collection. I also mixed in vintage photo, which we always do, but adding these two colors, it's something that I really want to start doing, is adding a little bit more color to the edges and not just always using vintage photo. So you'll see with some of these that there is a little bit of color added. Now this one I don't think I did, but on a couple of the other ones I did, and I just really like the way it really gives it depth. I like the way that it looks. So I just cut out all of my pieces, and then I just started assembling as I saw fit. And of course, if I were to do it again, none of these would be the same. It's all different. It's a very creative process, and I feel like it's a good way if you're looking for something to do that isn't super creative and that's a little prescriptive. If you just cut everything out and sit and watch something or listen to something, building these pieces of ephemera is a great way to pass the time and do something tactile also. So this is just one of the cards, and like I said, I added a die cut to the front. And then of course there's a lot of tags in the journal kit, and I also printed the background papers on the back of all of the ephemera. And so this was just a piece of craft paper that I used a die in my Sizzix machine to cut out, and you can see, I don't know if you can see, I did ink the edges with some of the pink, and so I really like the way that it kind of pulls the pink from the picture in. And so for this journal, I just clipped everything. I didn't glue anything down because this is for sale in my Etsy store, and I didn't want someone to feel tied to the way that I did it. And so I just created the ephemera and then clipped it to each page, and that's how you'll receive it. And then you can use it however you want. You can glue it down or create pockets or whatever. So in this page, I added two separate tags, and this tag is very interactive. It has those fussy cut butterflies, and then the tags at the top, those little tabs that I cut out and I glued. Instead of gluing it horizontal, I glued it vertical, and I thought that was a neat way to sort of replicate the top of a tag. And there's the back, and then I clipped a lot of them to the front in the way that, or the top I mean, and the way that I did it so there would be a lot of fun stuff peeking out the top, because I just love when that happens. I'm going to reclip this one here. There we go. And then for the second tag, I actually created a pocket in the front using one of the hearts, and then I just glued, there's another pocket in the back that I glued a doily that I had dyed with some avocado stained water. And so I just thought that that was a nice little way to tuck something in. And then the next page, I have more tags, and this is actually what I would consider, well, I don't know if I would consider it the front or the back, but I just added some vintage tape that I made, and I created another little pocket, and I had a little die cut frame that I added to the front of this picture, and then I added some inking to the edges of this heart. And I thought this would be nice to do some journaling on the back of and kind of tuck in and have it hanging out. And then I also added a little tab at the top with some sewing that I had, just kind of, it was a scrap piece that I cut off of something else. It's just laying around. And then this tag just has some fabric, some vintage fabric lace at the top of it. And then for this little cluster of goodies, I just kind of sprinkled up the side of this photo, did some inking around it, and then I did a little bit of, I folded the letter in, and I did some inking on the creases. I did some inking around the edges. I didn't do too much distressing around the sides because I kind of wanted to let that be for whoever purchases this, and then they can kind of do what they want with it. So I just really liked the way that that looked. I just think it's so beautiful. This is actually a painting by Bertha Wegman. She has a lot of very feminine interiors. I just really like, I've recently discovered her, and I really like her work. I like her paintings, her art. Okay, and then on this next page, I have a little pocket that I made out of the hearts that I added some distressing to. And then I created this little pull with this picture. I added some tape and a little tab at the side. And then that just slides right in there. And then I also just clipped that swan picture that I think is probably my favorite part of the kits, is this swan Polaroid, and they're coming together and making a little bit of a heart. I just think that is so sweet. I love it. I don't know, swans are really big right now, and I just love them. On this next page, I tried to pull the blue out from this picture, and I added all of the ephemera that has blue in it. This is a piece of avocado dyed, it's like a, what do you call those, like receipt things, like a guest check, I guess you would call it. And I had dyed it in the way that one of the other doilies laid over it. It created this beautiful imprint on the back. So I just glued the heart with this lady to the front. And then for this tag, I just added this butterfly tab to the top. And I just really liked the way it kind of pulled all of the blues in, creating kind of this bluish page, which is sort of a surprise. I didn't really go into this kit thinking about blues, but there were a lot of blues that did come out. And then finally on this last spread, I created a little like envelope. This is a little paper bag. I have a whole bunch of these in my stash. I got these from Tuesday Morning a long time ago when Tuesday Morning was open. I really wish they were still, because I always got so many good little unique things there. I added a heart to the front, and I just did some vintaging, I'll say, with some ink around the edges, and I sort of layered those little tabs. And then with this gorgeous tag, I just added some vintage tape to the bottom, and it just fit perfectly. I did not plan that at all, but inside of this bag, these tags, it's like the perfect fit. And then on this final piece here on the back, I just added a little bit of tape, and this is a really old vintage like piece of linen, and it's backed with some paper, and it's just naturally stained, and I really liked it sort of as a pull tab. And then I just added one of those little tabs to the top, and then I just laid that on the inside there. So when I was closing it, you can see there's all sorts of good stuff that's just like sticking out from the top here, and like you could really stick it out even more if you wanted to, all in this little haphazard way. I just love that. I find it so amazing how we can just create so many things from just paper. Like this is just paper and textiles, and it was nothing, and now it's something so lovely. I don't know, I find that pretty amazing. So you can see my closure is getting a little bit more thick, and so that one piece was just not cutting it. to close it. And I also, it was a little flat on the back, and I thought, oh, you know what, I'm going to add another piece to maybe just make it a little bit thicker and just to give it a little bit more of texture. And I really, really like the way, and I like the bow that it creates. And so I'm going to show you how I ended up closing it. So for the first one, I closed it how I originally showed you yesterday. I just created a bow vertically, I'm going to say, like this. And then I went like that. And then for the second one, I came down and I came up, and then I did what I did the second time. So I'm essentially creating two bows that create this like very large looking bow. And I ran it under like this. And you can see there's way more seam binding this time. And it just creates this gorgeous little clusters of bows. And then you can take it and you can make your loops as big or small as you want. I kind of like them a little bit on the smaller side. And then there's this excess that's hanging if it grows even more. And so then you have just the ability to create this journal that kind of grows, grows, and grows, and grows. So there, that is what I've done since the video yesterday. And I just thought that it was a lovely little inspirational type video to show you just what you can do with ephemera that comes inside of a digital collection. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.